Trinity of Truth. The call is proof. The strange, the weird, the odd, the real. Tom Zames, Divinely Sierra, and Catalyst Jones.
Trinity of Truth.
You know, the long version of that is just so much doper. It just fucking drops right there. Womp, 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 womp. So dope. What is up, guys?
Womp, 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 womp.
Divinely Sierra, how are you, girl?
Hey y'all, I am doing great. How are you guys doing? It's so good to be back.
Dude, you've been pumping out the videos, girl. Like, I was on my lunch break today and I'm like, damn, did she post all these today? This is awesome. Like, you're on fire.
Yeah, I've been in content creating mode. It comes and goes, but lately has been like a little bit of a push. So
Hells yeah, I understand the push. Like, I have clips ready to go and all the, like, every single day I'm like, all right, when I finish everything, then I can put together a couple clips and throw them on the internet. And every day it's like 11:30 at night by the time I finish everything. And I'm like, well, I got to be up at 4 a.m. So much for clips today. But
yeah.
Tom, what is up, brother?
Yo, what's going on? How's it going? Good to be
How
here.
have you been, bro? Like, I don't know if you're banned from my news feed, but I have to search you out lately.
I haven't. I don't really do anything. I do it in waves. You know, when things are flowing and all that, I do content. If I'm busy with stuff or whatnot, I don't need to do any videos. I don't bother because when you're in the right vibe, every video is a home run. But if you're just posting to post and you're, you know what I mean? That's my ticket to smashing it out of the park every time I do a video too. Is I do it when it's right. I don't force videos. So
No, that's good. I don't force. Yeah. I used to get mad because when I was doing music back in the day, we would have to book our studio time, and it's like, well, fuck, dude. Like, what if I'm not feeling creative at that fucking time? You know, like when right after I finish writing a song and it's like fresh and the energy from that song that I just finished, that's when I want to fucking be in the studio. Like, fuck a week from next Friday.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I'm always timing up my inspirations, and you know, I've even noticed that when I get an idea for a video and it's like flowing, I don't do it right then. If I'm even like, you know what, I'm gonna do this in an hour, it's not the same and it's all gone. It's like I can't even recreate this genius that I had an hour ago. It's like a dream. You know how when you wake up, if you don't remember the dream, like after 5 minutes, you fucking forget the dream. Kind of like that, I noticed.
Oh, I have a perfect example of that, because when I get songs that I don't like stuck in my head, I will automatically write a parody. And the fucking, what is that bitch's name? Taylor Swift played at my work today. I walked through the offices and somebody was playing that song Trouble. And years ago, I had that song stuck in my head and I wrote a parody to it in my head. And I was like, dude, I should get some Harry Potter shit and fucking make a, because it has to do with Harry Potter. It goes, I knew you were a muggle when you walked in.
Oh God, it's gonna get stuck in my head now.
You couldn't do magic like me and the rest of my friends. So now I'm
my
leaving my wand around. Oh, expecto patronum.
Oh my God. Well, now that song is definitely going to be stuck in my head. So yeah, that one sticks for a while, doesn't it?
What is up, Ben? Thank you for joining us in the comments today. We also have James Michael in the comments already. So thank you guys for showing up and showing your support. Let's see if we can get Tom in the mood right now. I want to see if we can get him off on a fucking tangent here.
Well,
So
can I ask this guy Ben a question real quick?
well, can he answer it?
He can answer it down there.
Okay, let's go.
So I'm just curious. You said you still are somewhat skeptical, which is fine. I don't blame you at all, right? Slowly coming around, questioning things. Things are starting to not make sense, or maybe they're making too much sense. Yeah, if you could just, I'm just curious, like what things you're talking about that are making sense or not making sense, things that you're starting to see. Just curious. We'll come back to you after you answer.
Oh no, what happened to Sierra?
She'll be back.
All right, let's see. She hit in the private chat. Oh, okay. There was some music playing in the background. So let's get into this first.
You is that your music?
You hear it too? I don't hear any
Oh
music.
no! Not only do I hear it, it's really loud. I was going to ask you to turn it down.
I don't.
You don't hear it? It's like some kind of like jazz.
Did it just go away?
Yeah, it just went away.
Okay, that was fuck, dude. I didn't even realize. Sometimes like preset things are on, and there's like a lo-fi background music, like with StreamYard sometimes. And if I don't go and check, like I couldn't hear that shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I could hear it. It was a little too loud. It would have been fine if it was like half the volume, but I was about to say something actually about it. So
no, I'm glad you guys did. I wish you would have said something before we started going, but it's all good. Welcome back.
Oh, I thought it was just me. Okay, yeah. I once I exited, I came back and it was gone. So it was
no,
you guys.
it wasn't you though. It was him.
It
Oh,
was this.
okay.
Yeah, it was a default setting on StreamYard that I forgot to flip off. I'm getting some feedback now though. It's
Okay,
going.
cool.
All right, so let's jump into it, man. One of our characters got killed off.
Sad day, everybody. David Wilcock is no longer with us. But before you buy the official story, never forget, he said this.
One of the things that I learned from whistleblowers from the cabal itself is that they have to work within something they call the rules. And this is very, very important. The rules are a body of spiritual principles that they must follow in order to be allowed to exist. Now, what do I mean by allowed to exist? I mean that they are aware that there are benevolent forces that will prevent them from achieving their goals unless we give them permission to enslave us. Ultimately, the universe is intelligent, alive, and conscious, and it is benevolent. It is a benevolent consciousness. That consciousness does not allow the negative to succeed unless it is invited. So the cabal has made a science, a very elaborate science, out of studying these arcane, occult, magical principles that allow them to get away with what they do. So they have to put out everything that tells you who they are in music videos, in these Super Bowl halftime shows, the Grammy Awards ceremonies. They're out there showing you the truth. This is what people are going to have so much trouble with once disclosure happens, is that these people actually practice black magic, and they are very, very good at it.
So yeah, rest in peace, David. And guys, never forget, when this big distractions.
Shout out to the Ancient Enigma podcast. That was his video that he had put together. So I'm going to say this, Tom. I agreed with everything he said.
Yeah, I mean that's independent of whether or not he's a real guy or whether that has nothing to do with what he said. That's something everyone needs to know. I would say that I picked up like 90% truth there and 10% lie. I didn't like I agree that the consciousness is benevolent, but he made it sound like there's people, good guys waiting to jump in if they don't do their hand signals right or something of the sort, and that felt like a lie to me, but everything else seemed right.
So you kind of touched on it. So fake and gay, right? Like his whole character. What's your take on that? Because like honestly, like Sierra said in our chat earlier, she was like, how the fuck do I not know who this guy is? And kind of like same, like I never got into the whole Gaia and all that shit, because by the time that came out, I was already a flat earther, like before it was cool to be a flat earther. So like I only know this guy from like scrolling past clips online, and also when I see those clips, I'm like, oh, not interested, and keep scrolling.
Yeah, he's big in this like the ET contact community, which is like a lot of the Gaia stuff. He's a big name there. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, to be honest with you, but I judge people by how they look, and I see his like huge skull and his morbid look, and he looks like an Aryan, like, and this is my thing, and I'm trying to teach people this, like, so I can just look at someone and be like, this guy's bullshit, right? But for other people that need something more than that, you know, he was always talking a fantastic game about, you know, right around the corner, these things are happening, like very much tied in with like Nasara Jasara. Oh, August 8th, the Lions Gate, Trump's gonna do this, and he's playing chess, and you know, these guys are coming, and the you know, the Palladians are here, and they've been talking to these guys, and they said this, and you know, it's just all that bullshit, and it's just all bullshit. So he's here playing a role, you know.
So I
Playing a role.
I have my own thoughts on what his role was, because if he's tied to the whole alien disclosure, my thoughts on the alien disclosure is them preparing to show us the old ones and the reptilians and the ancient ones. I feel like that's just an excuse so that they can bring those beings to the light and have them out in the open with that's what I think this whole disclosure thing is. So like, I know, Sierra, you're not really too familiar with him either, but like, what do you think his role was supposed to be, as far as like, what was his character's agenda or objective?
Yeah, like you said, I'm really not super familiar with him. I saw a bunch of posts about him today, so I went to check him out, and honestly, yeah, I didn't even really recognize him, but then I saw him posting with certain celebrities, and that's kind of a red flag for me, because in those circles you have to adhere to certain rules and behaviors, and you don't just run in those circles if you're a do-gooder, for the most part, I don't think. So I think a lot of these guys are telling us a ton of truth, like you guys said, but yeah, I don't know. I think this is just probably another thing for us to be distracted by.
They also want people to think it's dangerous. Like these guys
Yeah.
are like putting their lives on the line.
It's true.
Oh, he got taken out, right? And then people run with that. Oh, they took him out. He didn't kill himself, right? Like, no, he didn't kill himself. You're right about that. But it's not, Israel didn't get him. And like they don't give a fuck. Like, we are so meaningless to them. It is laughable. Like if he was a real guy, like a good guy, like me talking truth, like, dude, I am so not a problem for their agenda. Me going on and doing these videos is zero problem for these guys whatsoever. Period. Like, they like it.
Yeah.
I'm doing their work for them, in a sense, right?
They need the attention too.
Yeah, we don't need to do disclosure. Like Sierra, Tom, and Catalyst will just fucking do it for us. but like, here's my question: the beginning of that video you played, he said, and these guys all say this, right? He said, I learned from cabal whistleblowers. Dude, there's no fucking cabal whistleblowers. Who's a cabal? Think about it. If you're a real cabal, there's no whistleblowers. You're in or you're not. There's no. So that's a lie. That was a lie. So then I'm like, well, where's he getting this information, right? Where did Stephen Greer, the guy who's an expert on aliens, and David Icke, who's an expert on reptilians, there's a reason these guys are experts. It's because they're them. So, take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, he told you the truth, but like, a cabal whistleblower, like, what is that? What does that even mean? Is there such a thing? Is that even, that sounds like an oxymoron to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't sound right to me either. And but like, why do they want us to know this? Like, why are they leaking out these little bits of truths, but also like throwing in the 10%, 20% lie to go along with it, so that we're not fully there? Like, what is the purpose? Like, and I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, what is the purpose of releasing the Epstein files? And we're going to get into that tonight, but not right now, because like, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are, because like, I noticed it was before Kanye dropped his HH song that I noticed that I was getting a little bit more and more free with my anti-Semitism online. And then I started seeing a shit ton of posts from people that were outright blatantly anti-Semitic. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, I've been taken off of platforms for less than this. And so it's like, open the floodgates, they're letting this happen. And I even got like 3.6 million views on one of my reels that was extremely anti-Semitic. And it was like, this reel did really well, make more like this. And I'm like, really? Because you guys fucking took me down a year and a half ago for like almost the same exact reel. So like, why let us? Is it a honeypot? Is it a trap? Is it show everybody how evil and corrupt the world and system is that we live in, because we have to burn it to the ground to create a new one?
I have a couple theories, and I don't know, I can't say if any of them are the actual truth, but part of me thinks that a lot of the evil that we see, is just like these endless cycles of pain. So there's this subconscious level inside of it that kind of just wants to hightail it out of this density as well. You know, kind of like on our coattails, get the hell out of here, whether they know it or not. So I kind of feel like there's an aspect of the darkness that's working for the light to try and help us awaken. But I also think that there's this false timeline with this false savior, you know, and it's this AI timeline, this golden cage that they tell you these truths, but they're going to give you enough to make you believe them and follow them, but they're also going to present you with information that is not true to lead you into their agendas, you know, make you follow them and trust them and get rid of all these bad guys that they've pointed out, bring in some new characters as these saviors, and then get you to trust like the smart cities and those types of agendas. So I don't know if it's maybe a little bit of both. I don't know why they are so open about everything right now. I think they love the attention. That's always been their thing. Whether it's positive or negative, they kind of need us to focus on them to sustain themselves. So I'm not really sure why it's so, you know, they also want, like, if they're going by the Bible and they want Revelations to play out, they want to manufacture this Armageddon. So that's why we might see this huge push in, you know, anti-Semitic, which it's not really even anti-Semitic, but more anti-Zionist content, because they want to give themselves a reason to push more control at some point. I really don't know though.
Yeah, those are really good points. In addition to that, I think one of the main reasons they do this is they want people to think that it's being taken care of. You don't need to do anything. You sit back. We are gonna get Epstein and all these motherfuckers and all this stuff. You guys don't just relax. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. It's how do they say it? The white hats are in control. Trump's like guys. Oh, I know it looks real bad.
X22, is that an X22 throwback right there?
Yeah, guys. Trump's baiting them in, and like that is just all bullshit. They want people to think that things are being done, and if people think that things are being done, and they think that politics is working in the right direction, then there's no need to act out. Like I said, they love order. They don't like chaos. They like to give us a dose of chaos to fuck us up every once in a while, but they like order. They've got everybody, like, look at how orderly everything is, this world. Everyone gets in line, and whether it's at an airport and like you can see it, like it's a supermarket, it's like it's order. Everybody's in order.
It's grooming since preschool, right? Like the bell rings, you line up for class. Like all of it is just preconditioning to be a good worker bee slave. I mean, it's not a conspiracy. It's something well known in the conspiracy circles that, like, the guy that invented school systems, his kid fucking was homeschooled. His kids were all homeschooled. And he said, we don't want a nation. Who was it that said we don't want a nation? Was it Rockefeller? We don't want a nation of thinkers. We want a nation of workers.
Yeah.
What are the little worker bees?
Right. That's not even a conspiracy. Like anybody with half a brain, like, that doesn't even dive into rabbit holes can kind of look at that and be like, yep, that's kind of fucked off. That's how that is. But then they keep going along with their day. Right. It's just the way things are. But man, Tom, you had me hung up on something for months now, because the day you came on my episode, or it was on the episode of White Rabbit, and you were like, well, I don't want to fucking like shatter the matrix. Like, I don't want to be the one to like have to turn the sun on every day and like make sure that all that shit is working. And I'm like, I don't really think that there are people like doing that shit. And like, here's a hang up. Here's the hang up I have with it. If they can simulate any fucking thing that they want, why are they going through all the trouble of a global hoax when they can just simulate the fucking globe?
Like, what do you mean? Like, because like when I said, you know, how the sun works, not like it's obviously like on an automatic like AI type system, right? And what I meant by that was, who's going to show us where the control panel is,
Yeah,
right?
but how
Like,
do you know that the sun isn't an energy source and maybe even a portal, or like,
it could be a portal.
it could be the fucking ECU, honestly, that runs all of this shit.
It could be all those things, but man, I'll tell you what, when you're outside, I don't want everybody to do this on a day when there's like sporadic clouds and the sun is like, I do this because I lay out a lot, so I see this every day. I look up, and when the cloud passes in front of the sun, you can see the sun, and it looks like a fucking light bulb, man. It looks, it doesn't look like that thing they show us with the flames and the, it looks like a light bulb. A light fucking bulb. It is,
so
you can
you
see it with
gaze?
your own eyes. This is when the cloud is passing in front of the sun. The sun is behind the clouds, and you know, because I'm always like pissed when I go lay out, and then the cloud comes. So I'm looking, and I'm like, fucking motherfucker, fucking cunt cloud. And then you see like the clouds starting to move, and then when you see the sun start to come in, you see the sun what it really looks like, dude. It does not look anything what you think it does. It looks like a light bulb, a bulb. It's looking hella like a light bulb.
Do you sun gaze?
I you know what? I tried that a couple times. The problem for me is you're supposed to ease into it, sunrise or sunset. I'm never up for sunrise, so then I got one opportunity for sunset at the end of the day, and I always forget.
Oh, my dumbass just goes outside on my lunch break and just goes, all right, and stares at the sun, and then I have like fucking pure white that I walk around with for like 35 seconds or so. I can't see a fucking thing now, but okay.
Yeah, we're supposed to do it at the end of the day and work your way up. But I will tell you this, I stopped wearing sunglasses a lot. Like I wear them like on occasion if I'm in the car and I need them or whatever. But like when I go out for walks every day, I used to always have sunglasses. I stopped wearing them. And like, you know, a lot of it, the walks are like me, like people must have thought I was like nuts. They'd walk past me and I'm like, you know, but it's crazy. I've been doing it for like a year now. And now I'm like, I can go out there and like walk around like a normal person and see.
Really?
So that's a little bit of an achievement for me. Yeah, those sunglasses fuck you up.
So my buddy Pat Militic also told me that he had started doing the same thing. And yeah, so maybe there's something to it there. Yeah, obviously the earth is flat. But that's okay. There's like 40 something people in the chat laughing at me right now. So, but let's
flat.
Yeah, let's backtrack a little bit to what Wilcock was talking about. And why is this name spelled like that? It like Wilcox is usually Wilcox, right? Am I not mistaken? This guy spelled it like a Pornhub title.
Yes, he did. They love to do that. Like the lady, the astronaut lady, what was her name? Cock.
Yeah.
Kristen.
Dude, do you remember when
we going to talk about that at all? Because I'll save it for that later if we're going to talk about that.
What? Oh no, we can bring that up. But do you remember when we were kids, Sierra? You might not be old enough, but Tom, you definitely are, because they started saying "deek" after a while. But when we were kids, it used to, we would watch our cartoons, and for no reason at all, it would just say "dick," and it would say "DIC." Like, You don't remember that, Tom? Like,
No, I'm definitely old enough, but where? Like at the end of the cartoon?
it was just like between commercial breaks and stuff. It would be like Dick, and then it would go back into the cartoons, like that was a studio company or some shit.
I don't remember that.
And then
I
after a
believe it.
while, like when my sister was young, then they started saying Dick instead of Dick.
Huh.
We got to try to pull that up.
Man, anybody in the chat, anybody watching this right now, if you remember that, like, back me up in there. I might be the only one on that timeline, so who knows? But so let's bring it back to what Wilcock was talking about in that video, or actually more what I was talking about, because what he was involved in is this whole what was it called, the reveal agenda or the disclosure agenda. Okay, so I think this has a lot to do with that, and so I'll play this video.
A number of things that I've heard from people in the Pentagon, that the buzzword in the secret of secrets in the Pentagon is the Sumerian gods are returning, and that's what they're referring to as that whole area that Peter's.
Wow! Can you repeat that again, just in case anybody missed it? The buzzword in
the Pentagon, in the military circles that are in the know about the cover up here, they kind of in whispered tones talk about the return of the Sumerian gods. And they're talking about the what we would call aliens or fallen angels returning into the Middle East, into Old Sumer area.
the Anunnaki.
Well, could be.
Under the other ancient names. Yeah. Do you think that has anything to do with why we're in Iraq?
Tom, I already know what you think. And I was thinking the same thing. It's a fucking, well, maybe I'm wrong that this is what you're thinking, but I'm thinking that it is a purposeful leak. Like, it's not an actual leak. It's just something that they're feeding us out because, like I said, like they can call it Anunnaki, they can call it ancient Sumerian gods, whatever. Like, it is what I think it is the Nephilim, it is the Anunnaki, it is the Raphaim, all of these things that they have been talking to the people that pull and run the world. And I don't know. This is one of those things. Like, the disclosure, I feel, is just them fucking letting the old gods walk again. What do you think?
Oh, let's see her go.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely could be. You know, we hear like well, I've heard talks of, you know, Trump was making that golden dome. You know, like how Israel has the Iron Dome. Trump was in talks about making the Golden Dome. You know, and I saw a lot of people talking about how that could potentially be him creating like an atmosphere that is habitable for them to return, Anunnaki, whoever, you know. So I mean, honestly, I don't know. That definitely could be the case. I'm really not sure, but it's interesting for sure, because if it's, you know, are they actually talking about Sumerian gods, or, you know, who are they referring to is what I would be curious about.
Yes.
Yeah. So are these good guys or bad guys? Like a lot of people refer to Anunnaki as not good. And then I've heard people say that they're good. So, you know, that's a question, right? Are they good or bad? Because if they're bad and they're about to come back, that would make a whole lot of sense, right? It's kind of like, you know, I was just laughing today with a friend, you know, the big Q thing is nothing can stop what is coming, right? Nothing can stop what is coming. And that's actually true. That's actually fucking true. They're telling you the truth, except for they're lying to you. They're telling you like arrests are coming and justice, and like, you know, they're going to rebuild all these institutions and everything's going to be hunky dory. But the truth is nothing can stop what is coming. And the truth of that is they're talking about the script. Like, it's like David Wilcock this whole thing was planned, whatever. Wilcock, you're going to come in and like, so are the gods coming back? Okay, maybe they are, but are they good gods or bad gods? And you know, I'm open to stuff like that. You know, it's probably like just a bunch of bullshit, because my question is, why are they coming back now? Like, where were they 100 years ago? Where were they 10 years ago? Where were they last reset? Where were they? Like, now now it's like a super special time, and what a time to be alive and all this stuff. And it's like, is it like, is this a more precious time to be alive than like, in 1600s or 1700s? Like, or are they just doing the same script over and over again every 140 years, leading us through revelations and ending it there, and then we do a reset, and then we start it all up again.
Well,
Right?
that's very interesting too, right? Because we do have that time period between, what was it, the 16 and 1800s, where it was just completely wiped clean, and Tartaria and some older books are known as the biggest empire civilization. And there's like, not only is there like nothing, it's like they purposely tried to wipe this from existence, right?
Yeah.
So like maybe the old ones were involved in that, or the Anunnaki, or whatever it is that we are actually talking about here. And maybe shit went sour and they were like, fuck, let's put these guys to rest for a while. We got to like regroup and then try to bring them back. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm open to it. I think we have a better chance of.
Or is it just part of the video game and they're just unlocking new characters?
It could be that too, right? But it's all like, what are we supposed to do with that? Like, okay, so the Anunnaki gods are going to come back, and what? Everything's just going to be good. Then we, once again, we don't need to do nothing. Like, we don't need to know anything, and we'll just let them take care of it. I don't know. Some of this stuff's going to end up being true. Some of this bullshit is actually going to happen.
And yes, it is. But the Anunnaki thing sounds to me like an awful lot like a one world religion, right? Because if we have these ancient Sumerian gods come down and they're like, you guys have been fucked off the whole time, this is what's legit, and we're like, oh, okay, let's follow that.
Yeah, I do think that is a possibility, them using, along those lines. We talked about a little bit earlier how there's kind of like this ancient overall AI that kind of runs this place. And so I think they definitely, something in their playing cards is to create these, maybe like alien figures that come and tell us that they're here to help us and to save humanity. That might be the line of Project Bluebeam that they take, is instead of these aliens coming in and being bad and invading and attacking, they're going to bring in these aliens or gods or whatever that are here to help us and save us. And people are going to follow them, and they're going to follow them into whatever agenda or timeline it is that they're trying to create with these entities. So it's tough because, what are we supposed to believe? It's all going to be a matter of discernment when this shit does happen, when something goes down. Like anything else, we have to discern whether it's total bullshit, what parts of it are bullshit. And that's where it's tough, because a lot of people don't want to follow their own intuition. They want to be led, and they'll be led right off a cliff.
Yes, absolutely. Intuition is paramount.
So let's not get let off a fucking cliff. I got a perfect video to tie in with that. This is 1 minute and 21 seconds, and it's more of an uplifting video.
You're in a video game called Life on.
Good. My bad.
I just wanted to touch on Sierra's thing. Didn't they do that? Wasn't there a guy like named Valiant Thor that came and met with the president, like in the?
Isn't he part of the Galactic Federation? Or they say?
So, yeah, he was like supposedly like some alien that like came and met with the president, and they talked and did stuff. Like, am I losing my mind with that? I could have sworn that happened.
I have heard of Valiant Thor. I don't know about the meeting, and I do believe in like different, species of life, like Pleiadians and Syrians and Lyrans and all that. But I think that again, they can use that information and make us trust these beings, and then create false beings that mimic these beings of light so that we're following them. So,
okay, here it is. Valiant Thor is a prominent UFO legend alleging a Venusian alien landed in Alexandria, Virginia, right? How convenient, right near DC, in 1957 to share advanced technology, promote peace, and warn against self-destruction. I mean, like that was all an act.
Oh, you're talking about the deal
that.
that supposedly Carter made? Or was it Carter or the guy that took over for?
It was 1957, Valiant Thor. They did this. I mean, this was
I
a
did hear
thing.
him recently, but I didn't know anything about what he really was or who he was. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, so they've pulled this like buffoonery on us already, and it's like,
oh, it's just a cycle. I feel like it's like they just wrap it up in a different bow and give it right back to us. Oh, like over and over.
They're gonna have another Valiant Thor. Like that's why I brought that up, because right when Sierra said that, I was like, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna bring another Valiant Thor back. And he's gonna
but they'll like publicize it, right? Like Donald Trump is meeting with the Sumerian Anunnaki gods today.
Yes, they're good. This is how weird this shit's gonna get. Yeah.
We decided to make Jeff Bezos the leader of the world.
You're in a video game called Life on Earth, and if you're watching this video, you're probably a lot closer to winning the game than you might think. It does really seem to be that we live in a simulation. There's almost no matter in reality, and it's just photons, light, energy that responds to our emotions and our thoughts. And so what's the objective? What's the purpose of this experience, this video game matrix simulation? I'm going to offer a few perspectives, saving the most intriguing one for last. Many people talk about we're a soul on a growth and healing journey, and that comes through experiences. I love the book Journey of Souls. It talks about the planning process of picking our life, our body, our family, our challenges, and I get head to toe goosebumps when I read this book. I can't recommend it enough. Another perspective is that it's all about love. We're here to learn how to choose love over fear. And I want to point out that a lot of us forget to give ourselves that love. We focus it outward, but you are every bit as important as anybody else. And ultimately, I don't think there is anybody else, that we're all fundamentally one at some level. So when you give yourself love, you are giving love out to the collective. Another reason we might be here.
I don't know what her other reason was, because that was the end of the video, but I thought that was both like right up both of your alleys, because it kind of deals like it with narcissism, the matrix slash simulation kind of combined into one, right? And like I feel like that's what we have here in the Trinity of Truth, is we got like me as the lonely soul Christian, even though I am leaning a little bit towards this narcissism shit. And I'm also fully like head over heels with the fucking simulation theory, you know, like years and years ago on White Rabbit, I had on a guy that wrote a book on flat earth. I had a person who was an expert in the simulation theory, and I had somebody that was very well knowledgeable in hollow earth, and I was the flat earther. And at the end of the episode, we all agreed that all four things can simultaneously exist at the same time.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's so many levels to it, and it's so layered. I think that our human mind has a tough time really comprehending it. So we, put it in a bunch of different boxes and really try and make sense of it. But I think that's totally possible. It could be a multitude of things.
What are the four things again? The hollow earth, the
simulation theory, flat earth, and it was just those three actually.
Yeah. Well, I liked what she said about the love, and she didn't say any bullshit or anything like that, but I think another place we've been misled is with the whole like when you die and like you pick your, like she was talking about picking your family and your name and your parents and all that. And I think there's truth to that. I think we do that, but I think we do that after we've been tricked into coming back here. So they dupe us into coming back here for reasons that are unnecessary. Like, oh, you did this to little Susie Jenkins, in sixth grade, and you did this, and you still have a lot of atonement and a lot of lessons to learn, and they trick you to coming back here. And maybe we do get to pick our parents. Maybe that's because, remember, everything's by consent, right? So like I think there is a contract too. Like, I think there's a contract that we signed when we came here. Like, believe it or not, we chose this. It's just that.
What's the point of the memory suppression?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If this was true school and all that, and all that, they wouldn't wipe our memory clean, but they do, right? So, like, they tell us these things, like, you get to pick your name and all that, and that stuff actually might actually be true. But what they don't tell you is they just fucking chinooks you into coming back here first. That's the part they leave out. Coming back to school where they wipe your memory clean. I mean, I don't know why don't they do that after 8th grade? Why don't you get a memory wipe going in the 9th grade and then 9th and the 10th, right? Because that's not how school works, right? You can't learn like that. You're always starting from scratch. So anyways, I just wanted to add that, like, she was talking about that and she thought that that was really neat. And it is neat, except for the part that, I don't think she deliberately left it out. Maybe she just doesn't know, but it ain't like that. And we sign a contract, and I hate to say it, I have a feeling we all know what day we die coming into this thing, which we also forget.
That's interesting, but like kind of in the back of my head, it's almost like I know, like I'm always like, I have a little bit of time. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I have maybe 20 if I'm lucky. Like, I feel like I got 20 more years. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Then if you think you got 20, you got 20, right? Like, some of these people, I've met these people where they're like, oh, I don't think I'm going to live long. Did they know, or are they picking up on a feeling? Are they remembering the contract they made, or are they dooming themselves with negative thought? Either way, they're it's no good, right? So
that's an interesting thought, Ben. Obviously I remember before 2015, but I've also toyed with the idea of what if our consciousness doesn't stay in this body for more than a day? And what if we jump in these bodies and we absorb all of the memories from that person? And that's why we have fighting thoughts all the time. I don't know. That was just something that I was toying with. I don't know if I watched a video and somebody had put that in my head years back, but like, it's something that I always like thought about. Like, what if this isn't even where I am every single day? I have these memories, so I think that it is.
I think we can be like, I think we have an oversoul. There's a higher point of our consciousness that is in control. And I think that we can have these small eyes, these fractals of our higher self, which I believe are fractals of God. So then we have our fractals of our higher self, our oversoul, whatever you want to call it. And we can be in a lot of different realms and dimensions, learning different things. And I do think with this one, we can get stuck here. I think that, because our memory gets wiped and all of the density and duality, we can get stuck here and keep reincarnating, not necessarily because we want to, but I do think at the higher level that we do choose, and that at that level, we can choose when we need to get out of this place. So I don't think that these beings, this system, these archons or reptilians, I don't think that they are more in control of my higher self or God. And so I have faith that even if this place is somewhere that you can get stuck in a loop, reincarnating and be tricked into coming back to, at the end of the day, we are eternal and we do end up back in that higher state of consciousness when we're supposed to.
I was watching this, and all three of us have talked about this before, because I remember telling you guys that I think that it's all hogwash, but I do get a kick out of watching these videos, and I feel like I find nuggets of truth in there. But I was watching this lady who claims to be able to be inhabited by Palladians and Starseed and all these different things. And she was saying that life, that this realm is actually a game. And we decide to come here, just like you were saying, Tom, but like we do choose, like, like, we want to experience what it is like to be the fucking beggar, or we want to experience what it's like to be the victim. And so we choose that, and we live that fucking life for X amount of time that we decide to. But like, I always get hung up just like what you were talking about. Like, why the memory suppression? Like, what is it that we have to prove to ourselves coming into this fucking fully blank, like wiped clean? It doesn't make sense to me. But I guess there's a lot of things that still don't make sense to me and aren't going to make sense to me. But after you add on this, like, I wanted to ask you guys if you saw the shape-shifting rapper at Coachella.
Real quick, how cool would it be, like, and maybe we can negotiate this, if they want to, if these guys say, hey, we want you to come back, I say I'll come back, but I'm keeping my memory from this past lifetime, most recent. How fucking fun would that be? Holy shit. That'll be a game changer.
That reminds me of the scene where he's eating in the Matrix, where he's eating steak and he's like, I know the steak isn't real. And then he makes the deal with them and he's like, all right, I want to be somebody important, like an actor or somebody.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would choose the comfort of staying asleep over how difficult it is to awaken to all of the illusions and stuff.
I just ordered a fucking book on how to keep your sanity when you've seen too much.
I thought you wrote that book. The one that you posted, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Sierra, you saw this shit. Tom, did you see the shape-shifting rapper at Coachella? I got like 2 videos of this guy. I don't know how to
respond to that.
I'm not talking to you, Siri. Fuck off.
Let's see it.
All right. This first one I got is like 18 seconds. And it's kind of
watch his face transform. Some people could say this is just the lighting, but there seems to be something more dark going on here. This isn't normal at all. This is absolutely demonic. And this rapper goes by the name of Sway Lee. What do you think about this?
All right, I'm going to jump right into the next one. And I feel like the first one we watched, that guy bit off of this other guy's video, but this other guy has better, it's better.
Look at that face. Looks like a face to me. Something's going on, guys, at this Sway Lee concert. People are saying that he was possessed, and I don't believe it. But look how his face changes as he's running. Look at this. Did you see that? Let me slow it down for you guys because this is wild. Everybody noticed this at the show, especially on video. What is that? What happened to Sway Lee's face, guys? This is wild. Do I really have to show you again? Because I will. I will show you again, guys. Because I'm not the only one seeing this. Everybody's seeing this, yo, straight up. As he was running, this is what his face turned into. Now, it could be the lighting, guys.
All right, so I don't know, like, I just, it's weird to me that we keep seeing more and more of this shit, like glitches and everything, and I even sent you guys a picture of my eyeballs the other day. I took a picture of myself, and I was like, why do my eyes look weird? And I zoomed in, and I'm like, what the fuck? Am I a reptilian?
Yeah, I saw that video. I also saw a video of him, like he was on a live, and he was answering questions that were coming in, and someone was like, are you human? And he's like, no, I'm a shapeshifter. And, you know, it's like, yeah, I think a lot of them are not human. I think a lot of them are shapeshifters. And we see a lot of it happen. In my personal beliefs, I think we see a lot of it happening now because a lot of the energy coming in, if you guys pay attention to like the Schumann resonance and stuff, it's been off the charts. And I think that's a huge reason why we see an AI push, is so that when we are starting to see these things, we won't believe our eyes. So yeah, I believe a lot of them aren't human. It definitely could have been him shape-shifting.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd have to look at that video again, but it looked pretty real. I didn't detect anything there. You know, the other thing is, like, if you think about it, I don't know if you guys have ever given a speech. Like, do you know, like, we haven't talked about public speaking, but it is very difficult, like, to perform, right? So think about it. These people are going out and they're performing at stadiums in front of hundreds of thousands of people, whereas humans are fucking nervous as shit. So, like, it all makes sense that you can't even really have humans doing these kind of performances. They'd have to take like beta blockers and all kinds of fucking drugs to just even be able to get up there and fucking perform in front of hundreds of thousands of people. I don't know if anybody actually has ever thought about that. Like, go give a speech in front of 100 people, and your fucking testicles will fucking climb into your stomach. You know, these people. No, this is something I was thinking about the other day. Right? Humans, we've been afflicted with, you know, nerves and all this stuff. These guys, like, you can't have humans running around doing these concerts and shit. It just wouldn't work. They'd be glitched. They'd be like passing out on stage. You see what I'm saying?
Oh my God. I have like the worst. So as you're talking about that, I'm reliving my music days, and I'm like, yeah, I used to get on stage in front of hundreds of people all the fucking time. But I also would kill those fucking nerves with alcohol mostly. And I remember I got blacked out fucking drunk for this one show, and I was performing and it was a rap performance, and the guy that was doing his verse, I was right after him, and I had to pee really fucking bad, and I said fuck it, and I just peed on stage. Like, I didn't even turn around or anything. I just whipped my dick out and started fucking peeing. And I don't remember this, but a lot of people told me about it.
Oh my God.
So would you just like blank out?
Yeah, I would black out. I was the worst drunk ever, dude. I would black out all the fucking time and just, all right, demons are taking me from here.
Well, 10 months sober is freaking awesome, my guy. Big
yeah, hell yeah.
Kudos to you on that.
So thank you guys. Yeah, dude, alcohol is no fucking joke. It took my fiance back in August, late August, and like it sucks. It had its claws in me for way too fucking long. It feels very freeing to be out of it. But let's jump into some red pill shit, because it's kind of tied into with what we were talking about here. And I like this girl's take. I just recently started following her, and I really like her page.
Things I can say for free your therapist can't. In The Matrix, Morpheus gives Neo two choices: the red pill or the blue pill, comfort or the truth. The red pill moment is when Neo sees the Matrix for what it truly is. In psychology, that moment is called metacognition. It's when your prefrontal cortex steps back and starts observing your thoughts instead of just believing them. You start asking questions like, why do I think this about myself? Who told me to believe that? Who taught me that belief? That is when illusion starts cracking, because you start realizing something powerful. Some of the thoughts controlling your life were written by fear, or by survival, or trauma, not the truth. Awareness is the moment you finally see the code running the system. Once Neo saw the Matrix, he couldn't unsee it. And once you start questioning the stories in your mind, the system loses control. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here for the moment you realize that the story running through your head is just code.
Love it.
Me too, because I've been at battle with myself so bad. Like Monday, I had to leave work because I would have ended up quitting, because I was just like in my fucking head with thoughts that I know weren't my own. They were there to sabotage me. And I was aware of that. And I'm like, I have the power to change these thoughts. Like, these are just thoughts. I can just watch them go by. I don't have to grab onto them and fucking see what they're all about. Yeah. And yet I still did. And I had to go home and fucking meditate and like play with my dog and get myself out of that fucking mindset. And she's right, because if I was not aware that these are just fleeting thoughts and I don't have to hold on to these and they're not my own, I could have gotten fired. I was pissed off. I was actually jealous at one of my friends because I had introduced him to somebody and they became close, and now they're doing a documentary together, and I'm like, what the actual fuck? And like, I should be doing that. And like in my head, you know, like egotistical fucking Brad is like, what the fuck, dude? That should be you. Why the fuck aren't you doing a documentary with a pop star and like all this shit, you know? And I'm like, wait a minute, dude, you should be happy for this guy. Like, you made that introduction. There wouldn't even be a documentary if you didn't make that introduction. So like, you know, it's like these thoughts in my head. Like, I could have taken it one way. I could have taken it in a completely different way. And like, without being aware of that, like this girl was talking, it could have dragged me down. I could still be mad about it.
Yeah.
Damn it, Tom. I really thought you were going to have something to add to that one.
I thought Sierra was going to go.
No, go ahead, Tom.
Neither one of you guys have shit to add to that.
I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it happens all the time. You're a connector, right? You made a big introduction, and there's a lot of value you created by doing that, right? Even though you're not involved with the documentary and all that stuff, it feels like a loss, but it wasn't. You contributed to two people's lives, right? And whether that gets rewarded now or later or ever, it's just life, man. But yeah, we can choose the way we look at these things that happen day to day. We can reframe them. I love reframing things. Every time something bad happens to me, I immediately reframe it. I immediately look for the silver lining and the opportunity and the blessing immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do have something to add, Catalyst, because I've been feeling that same way too. It's actually funny that you said that. I think that our thoughts kind of exist on a different plane of existence than we do. And so a lot of our thoughts are not really ours. They're just kind of bouncing around and they come through, like you said, and we can watch them. We're the observer. We're like the consciousness behind the thoughts that's observing them. And we can either decide to be consumed by them or to observe them and not let them absorb or not allow ourselves to absorb them. And I think that awareness is sovereignty. It's like, once you can consciously make that decision to shift your mindset, then that in itself is pulling you out of a victim mode, which a victim mode is just going to create more problems for you and bring in that energy. But I think that, being able to shift your mindset is a huge advantage, especially in this realm of existence, because if we, in our fullest essence, we transcend thought. I think, the constant mind chatter. So that's why I think our thoughts kind of exist on a different plane of existence than we do, because we're observing. So if you can notice that and notice that a lot of them are just regurgitated thoughts in the collective psyche, then you don't become a victim to those thoughts. So I think that's dope, because I've been realizing that a lot lately too.
Yeah, no, that was mic drop on that one. Damn. I think we can move on. So I want to get back to more shape shifting because we actually were talking about this when I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but we were talking about the State of the Union. Was that on the podcast or was that behind the scenes? And we were just like, dude, nobody in those things are fucking real, right? Oh, I think you even clipped it. Well, I got some shit from that. So let's play that.
What in the devil is going on right here? I'm not talking about the viewer who says they saw an eagle. I'm talking about the warped faces all around the main dude right behind me. And I gotta show you something else in a second too. Look at this face. What is going on with this? Something is not right in this room. You can literally see it. You can even feel it. We've seen this before in likewise places. It reminds me an awful lot of what I'm about to show you in a second. And yeah, remember, he puts his glasses on, he can see him, he takes them off. He can't see them, they live, they. This right here. In this, we see people completely, literally morph from what they were before. This is a real video of a real hearing. And these people come out looking like this. I don't think it's a coincidence, you guys, right on, like straight up on the news.
Dude, I love that fucking movie, by the way. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, everybody needs to watch that movie. But like that thing he showed us, show me the video though. You're showing me still shots.
Yeah, I'd like to see the video as well. And unfortunately, that was the only one. I have another video from this guy too, and I think that I like his videos as well. Danny wait, is it Daniel Talks? No, there's
Danny. It's Danny.
Oh, Danny. Oh, is that our friend that called in?
Yeah.
No, there's actual science behind this. Copper is a great one too. And I noticed the physical difference. Used to be able to feel Wi-Fi in my house when trying to sleep. Oh, I have the perfect video to piggyback off of her comment right here. I was going to save this video till the end. We're not going to get through all of the videos that I have for tonight. So I'll go ahead and play this right now because because I am going to. Here it is. I called this one Copper is Proper.
This device was banned by the Rockefellers in the 1800s, and this is copper tensor glasses, and they would use this device to enhance their eyesight and remove headaches in the 1800s, because we are electrical beings and we run on electricity. Therefore, when you wear copper, the greatest conductor around a specific body part, the copper enhances the energy flow of that area, instantaneously healing that area. So if they had knee pain, they would wear copper around their ankles. And if they suffered with poor eyesight or headaches, they knew that they should wear copper around their head, which is why these devices were used in the 1800s and are actually known as the original glasses before the ones we use today, which we know make people worse because it's $1 trillion industry. And they also knew to add crystals in the center of the glasses because they knew that crystals also emit healing frequencies, such as amethyst, which emits frequencies which can help with mental clarity. And so when they were wearing these glasses on their head, the amethyst would sit in the center, which would then also instantaneously heal that individual. So if you ever wondered why these glasses are no longer sold, it's because the elites found something out about copper they don't want you to know.
Well, shit, then we can just make our own.
Yeah, and you know, it works wonders in gardens, right? Like, have you seen that where you put copper in a garden, it just grows like bountiful?
Yeah, my buddy from Legit Bat did that a couple years back. Like, I don't know if they retained a lot more, but I do remember that being like a thing and seeing a shit ton of videos of people doing it. Is like there's like a specific name for it too, right? Like copper culture or something.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I've definitely seen those videos. Yeah, I have a copper water bottle.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, definitely. I see people making cloudbusters with copper tubes as well.
Yeah, I've been talking to a guy who makes them. I need to get back to him, actually. He was talking to me about making one for my area. Very cool.
In the chats, Danny says that it kills bacteria and she just puts it right in her nose, like after flying or something like that. So I watched this video a couple days ago and I went on Amazon and I was looking if you can just buy like pure copper wires and start making my own shit.
I've been hearing about a copper peptide too, to help heal the body. I wonder if Danny knows about the copper peptide. I don't know the name of it. I can't think of it. It's like G8. I don't know. She might know more about it, but yeah. It's magical.
Oh, to kill the chemtrails. Well, actually, Sierra added a video for tonight. We could play that right now. That has to do with that as well. And get back in here. I'm doing too many things here. I need somebody to do this. I need a Jamie. Where is that video? It's got the young golfer girl.
The government has openly admitted to spraying chemicals in the air to either dim the sun or just test some biological weapons on us. They use silver iodide to promote rainfall, which is, I would argue, weather modification. Then they also spray reflective particles in the sky so that the sun's rays aren't as hot on the earth. And then my favorite is they use bacteria stimulants to see how quickly a bacteria in the sky can spread. Just studying how quickly we can get sick. Not actually trying to make us sick though, right? It was just to study how quickly we could all get sick. You know. Anyways, this is my driver. Why do you need to study it? Why do you need... we're doing it because what if another country comes in and does that to us? No, our own country is doing that to us. Just... So illogical. So illogical. Whatever.
She needs to open up her face a little bit more at least on that one swing.
No, she's good. She's got a good swing.
She does.
I'm a former golfer. She pipes them, but I like how she ends her videos with that too. Like, and then she goes and like, oh yeah, here's my driver and fucking 300 yards. Love it.
Yeah, I remember coming across the first video that she did, and I was like, how fucking clever. Like, how many years have I spent making fucking hours and hours of podcast? And this girl is like, 30 seconds. Anyways, and here's my driver. I was like, fuck, dude, I did like 4 episodes and she just got it out in 30 seconds.
Yeah. She's blown up too. She's got like almost 1 million followers now. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
she
good.
crushed it.
I need to make a hot AI female that says exactly the same things that I do and watch me get millions of followers overnight.
And you would too.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's just it. Sex sells, you know? So I don't know, guys. There's like, there's so many places that we can go. Oh man, I do want to talk about this one though. It's a really long video. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So maybe we don't have to play the whole thing, but we'll get like the gist of it and then start talking shit because I named this one Stephen Hawkins is R word. I'm not going to say that because we are on YouTube. So let's get into Stephen Hawking's, man, because this one is fun. I'm just like, who the fuck would ever believe this shit?
A real person. He was a character. And people say, how dare you, Big Bear? How dare you? When Dave Chappelle makes fun of it in 5 years, we'll discuss it. But this is an actual translation. Before his robot voice, he had a translator who looks exactly like Larry Bird. Tell me if you think that anything about this is real.
I think, in a way, physics has been a progress away from mysticism towards a rational understanding of the universe.
Stephen, when did you first realize you wanted to be a physicist?
I think I knew from about the age of 9 or 10 that I wanted to be a scientist. Most of my activities, like playing with model fireworks, or model railways, or playing complicated games, was aimed in some way at finding out how the world worked around me.
Okay, I can't. He sounded like Chewbacca's kid.
I haven't had a good laugh like that in a while. It's good. Oh shit.
Oh my god, I've seen that video before, but honestly, watching you guys react to it was just so much more fun.
I've always cut it off before. I never realized how good that was.
He says he wanted to become a scientist when he was 2.5 years old. Fuck, dude. Like clearly in pain, just like fucking kill me. I can't do shit. They dress me up and fucking play with me. Kill me.
Oh my god. Oh god. My stomach hurts.
And then we get the fucking story. We get the story that he used to like to watch kids at Epstein Island write on the chalkboard in their underwear.
Oh my god.
Like, let's just fucking make this dumb shit up and throw it in with the Epstein files. Why don't we?
Oh my god. You know, I want to say something about it, but I can't stop laughing. Yeah, it's too much, really. But you know, I have heard from like trafficked victims that they will take like a victim that they've abused and make that person look like a trafficker, or they'll make them like the face of the you know, like who's been caught when it's really someone that's been abused. So I feel like they do that with people. And man, if he was just like a victim,
like to make him the fall guy.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that too, like with that what is his name? Stephen Alefantis, I think, is the guy who shot up Comet Ping Pong. And I was just like, and the only thing he hit was the fucking computer that had the files in it, supposedly too. Like, what a coinky dink that was. Yeah. But I was thinking too, like, this guy was a sleeper cell. Like he did that purposely. Like he was told and fed the right words and awakened, or he was like groomed at freaking Zorro Ranch or something. Because like, I wanted to get into that. Like, I was hoping that my buddy was going to call in that I work with, that because he's at the point of Epstein, not Epstein, but well, he talks about that a lot too. But he was like, oh, yeah, like they killed Charlie Kirk because he was talking out about Israel. And I was like, or was Charlie Kirk even a real person? And he like looked at me like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, you know, like, and and so like my thing is like Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, all of these people, like Charlie Kirk was probably like a part of the Zorro Ranch, and he grew up in that thing, like probably didn't even have actual real parents, you know. It's like, okay, like your graduation, you're gonna go to USC and then you're gonna do these fucking talks around school or what. I don't even know if Charlie Kirk went to USC. I'm just fucking saying, like, that is it. They get groomed for their life role, and a lot, not a lot, but some of these kids end up getting the world stage as part of their life role. And that's what they were. Oh, this kid will be perfect for this. Like, let's boom. And that's the way I feel that we get 90, a high 90% of these people that we see on the world stage. And I'm hanging on to Kanye West was a true motherfucking person till the day I die.
Yeah, I think they breed for these roles, and then, you know, they have to really work for it. They have to work it. They have to be believable. They have to, you know, continue these circles, and they're all a part of these circles. They continue to be born into these circles, and then they might just use a lot of these victims or kids that have been kidnapped or something, you know, and make them again like the fall guy, or MK Ultra them and make them do something horrific for their agenda. So I don't know, like with Stephen Hawking, I don't know. That video was,
that's like the Helen Keller of the 2000s, man. It's like, the guy's a genius. What do you mean? You can't understand a word he says. He can't fucking pick up a pen and write down anything to let you know. Like, he doesn't even have, like, I think at the end he did have like a fucking button or whatever, but like, how do we even know? Like, they didn't just put in, like, remember back in the day, like when we used to have those little buttons that come on like a keychain? It was like, fuck you, you're a jerk, you're an asshole. Like, that guy just pushes buttons and it's already pre-fucking ordained what he's gonna, pre-recorded what he's gonna say to the world. It's like, let's make this guy the fucking most genius and put him out in front of the world and watch this hold my beer.
Is he like was he real, like a real person? That I can't, dude, that was the funniest shit I've seen in a long time. Like, has anybody seen him in real life, or is he just like a CGI character?
Oh man, we got a birthday boy in the house. My buddy is, I don't know how old you are. You're probably like my age though, but this is Flavors of the Forest, and it is the best fucking garlic ever. If you guys go to flavorsforest.com, it is freeze dried. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and talk about it. Like, it's just fucking awesome. So he sent some to Sam Tripoli, and I asked him, and he's like, yeah, the wife's cooking with it right now. I'm like, oh, you're not supposed to cook with it, bro. It's like, I take it everywhere I go. I keep one in my lunchbox because it makes everything better. What it is freeze dried, organic, fresh garlic. He does it all himself. And some of it's with lion's mane and garlic. Some of it is with turmeric and garlic. Like, he has like all of these different things, spicy, like all ginger, not turmeric. And they're hella good. But like, if you eat pizza or eggs or fucking pizza, man, like, I can't even say that word without cringing anymore. But if you eat any of these things that you would normally put garlic on, or even salt, like, I sprinkle this shit on everything I fucking eat, and it is amazing. So happy birthday, brother. I love you. I fucking love you. I hope you got to do some fishing today or some rock hunting or something cool.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, hell yeah. And
Happy
guys,
birthday.
go check out flavorsoftheforest.com. It's just a little shake jar, and you sprinkle it on, and it makes things like 100 times better, just like in my promo.
A little garlic on pizza is excellent.
Dude, I put it on my eggs, and it just, like, it makes them fire. Like, I cook my eggs in tallow, and then I put the garlic on when they're like piping hot, and I'll go pour my coffee and shit, and that like lets the garlic just like absorb into the eggs, and they're fucking fire.
I'm gonna have to buy some Flavors of the Forest garlic. All right.
I'll get you some, brother. I'll make sure you get some.
Right.
Yes. I can't like tell you guys how good this shit is. Like, it is.
Well, I want
really
some too. Yeah, send some my way. I love me some garlic.
Hell yeah. All right. I got 2 long videos, and I want to play one or the other. They're both a little over 2 minutes long. One is about Freemasons, and I got like a few videos we can go off in that way. Or why why are they revealing the Epstein list and exposing themselves in all of this? Which way should we go? Epstein agenda or Grand Architect?
Ooh. You guys pick. I'm cool with whatever.
It's in your ball, Tom, or it's in your court.
You decide.
Ah, you son of a bitch. All right, let's go. Let's go with Epstein, because I love me some Family Guy, and this guy is also a genius in how he's getting the truth out there.
You want to know why Epstein's leak is now everywhere? It's not some random gotcha. It's a playbook move, used by power for centuries. You don't fix a dying system, you burn its reputation to ash on purpose. You drown the masses in filth until the old world itself makes them sick.
That's the whole show. First, they spoon-feed you shocking truth. Then, the media blitz. Every headline a nail in the coffin. Politicians, celebs, old money, all dragged through the mud. It's about breaking the audience.
But isn't that good? Like, if everyone's a crook, at least now we know, right? Shouldn't sunlight disinfect the room?
No, kid. Sunlight's just the setup. When all trust is exhausted, the demand for something new becomes inevitable. That's when they roll out solutions. Incorruptible AI judges, new digital money, total transparency. All wrapped up in words like safety, fairness, and reset.
The people want that. They're sick of scandals, tired of hidden dirt. We have the tech now. Why not let machines run things? At least then, no more old creeps making backroom deals.
You ever wonder why every leak just happens at the perfect moment? Epstein's files drop right as the world economy wobbles. Currencies crack, debts explode. It's called engineered timing, not coincidence.
While everyone's busy binge-watching elite scandals, behind the curtain they're resetting the board. Old assets erased, debts written off, digital currencies quietly rolled out. The filth you see on your phone is the moral excuse for the next system. Look, the old world was corrupt, but this time it'll be pure. Trust us. They want you to beg for a leash.
But isn't it good to wipe the slate clean? If everyone's guilty, doesn't it make sense to start from zero? At least now it's transparent?
Transparent? You mean like a glass cell. That's the transparency you're signing up for. Every transaction logged, every move tracked. All under the pretext of protecting you from them. But now you're monitored, analyzed, managed.
Remember this, in history, every regime that wanted total control started by exposing the last one. Scandal, outrage, necessary, reset. Then the new rules. Digital ID, programmable cash, no room for dissent. Nobody escapes the beta, not even the top players.
Nobody wants uncertainty. People trade liberty for protection every time, especially when they're scared. That's why the leaks are never full, never random, always just enough to terrify, not to empower. Notice they show you monsters, but never the strengths.
So the whole Epstein leak, it's like the world's biggest ad for New World Order?
Bingo, kid. While you're scrolling it all and picking sides, they're scrubbing the balance sheets, resetting the scoreboard, and selling you a digital world where everything is clean because nothing is private.
So what now? Just wait for the next leak to get even darker?
It always gets darker, kid. Every new scandal is just another step in the reset. Tighter rules, more eyes, fewer choices.
The beast doesn't need your hope, it just needs your consent.
Totally.
Totally.
Totally agree. Yeah, it's like that golden cage timeline that I was talking about earlier that they, want to bring in, and it's going to be so convenient, so beautiful. Everyone's going to really enjoy it. Smart cities are going to be wonderful. You're going to be so safe. Everything's going to be in a 15-minute, walking distance for you. You'll have nothing and you'll be happy. So, I think they try and make it seem like they're doing great things and wiping clean all of the evil and the darkness, but they're just prepping for a new order to come in.
Yeah, they're just moving things along and giving you the illusion that there's good guys, and people wanted to see the Epstein files, and then they finally released them, right? As if they're doing us a solid, right? Yeah, it's just all a game.
Well, how much of it is real though, right? Because we got conspiracy enthusiasts that have pointed out a long time ago that the countries being bombed are like the last ones in line that refuse to give up to the dollar, right? Or the central banking system, and they're the last ones fighting against it. And so, like, how much of this simulation is real? Like, why do we have to bomb and fucking take out anybody? Like, I'm not saying that you're not right, Tom. I'm just saying that I haven't been able to comprehend everything where you're at yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fully comprehend it either. I don't think we're ever going to fully comprehend it. There's so many layers and layers and layers, and like there's stuff that I'm telling you right now that a year from now I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna be like, dude, I was wrong about that.
Oh, 100%,
I thought it was this.
Right?
It's this, right? So Why do they have to bomb? I mean, dude, who are you there? Like, who says anyone's actually getting bombed? We're taking their word for all of this. Where are we here? Like, I'm just asking. Do you know anybody that like?
I don't know, because I talked to
blowing
different.
up?
I talked to different people, you know, like, so in talking to people, they sound like very legit in what they're talking about with what's taking place in this war and everything, and some boots on the ground type of shit. And then we talk about what we talk about, right? I think last week I played the Gypsy Crusader episode when he was trying to rub it in those people's faces. He's like, ha ha, look at Israel's good. Look at what happened to Israel. And they're like, you fucking dumbass, look at the license plates. That's not Israel. And, you know, so like, you're right. Like, how do we really know? And then we had, when this whole shit first broke out in Iran, there was like people, I saw videos going around where there was like women dancing and singing and shit as like bombs are hitting outside of their fucking buildings. And I'm like, who in the fuck would be excited about a bomb that you can fucking physically see with your own eyes hitting? Like, I'm not cool with that. I don't give a fuck. I don't like Donald Trump either, but if I start seeing bombs coming into my city, I'm not okay with that. I'm not going to make a video dancing and being like, we're taking them out. Yeah, let's go. No, fuck you, bitch. Run and hide. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, look, let's just say you're over there, right? And you hear that air alarm siren that they play, like when you need to take shelter, right? So they play that. There's definitely boots on the ground. That doesn't mean anything's happening, though. Just because boots are on the ground, this is all a part of the facade, right? So yeah, there's boots on the ground because those are slaves. Those are that's another form of slavery, is the military. It's like slavery times a gazillion. So, you know, they need to do something with all those little fucking slaves they got running around. So, you know, let's put boots on the ground. Let's get a air shelter alarm going, and let's make the sound of a couple bombs going off. And what do? You're in your house and you're hiding, right? Are you looking out the windows? Are you like, dude, even if you're there, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You can stage all this shit. You really can.
Gaza's not staged, though. And I know that to be true because I'm friends with William Asfor, who has become a really good friend of mine, and he's lost like 80% of his family in Gaza.
Dude, you know, there's turmoil. Like they what they do is they set the frequency of greed, right? So like all they have to do is tune into the frequency of greed, right? It's like when they did COVID, they didn't need to call the hospitals and be like, hey, we're going to pay you this money to do that. The greed was already set in from years ago. The culture of like, we're going to make money off the masks and swabs, right? But those weren't the reasons. And everyone's like, oh, they're doing it for money. No, the puppet masters set the frequency of greed. They set the frequency of destruction, and they'll go and they'll blow up an area, right? But it still doesn't mean that it's real. Like maybe he did lose some family, right? But it's still not real. People lost like some people in 9/11, but that doesn't mean that like that was still a bullshit thing. That was bombs being sent into a building. It had nothing to do with planes. The whole story was fake. So yeah, you know, they could blow some shit up. It just adds to the illusion that this shit's real. And then what do all those people do? Say, dude, my dad died, you motherfucker. You fucking cut motherfucker. It's real. It's real. And that's how they do it. That's how they do it.
Clip it. That was very animated, my friend.
I've never done that. Like whatever that was. That was a new thing for me.
That's awesome. We're coming up on a minute and 24, right? Or an hour and 24. I don't want to take this too much longer than an hour and a half, but I do want to hit on a couple more videos because I definitely want to end on a positive note and something maybe people can take with them and practice. And then, let's get into this one. Fuck work or unlucky 13?
Fuck work.
I love it. Fuck work, because that's where I was on Monday.
Why are the chosen ones unemployed right now? This is a question I hear a lot, but I think the truth is a job is not on our same vibrational frequency anymore, because a job is a construct of the 3D, and we are meant to be leading humanity in a new direction using our gifts, and our gifts are how we're going to be making a living, because energy is the real currency, and by using our energy to create and give, we will in return receive what we put out. And what we put out can be free, like love, knowledge, motivation, wisdom. So your energy literally has no overhead costs or upfront costs to get started. So if you resonate with being a chosen one or a creative, this is your sign to get started and start putting your art out there and your work out there.
I don't know, man. I've been putting my art and my work and my podcasts and my video edits and my music for like 20 years. And I'm still struggling like a motherfucker. So no,
Yeah,
but I
working
totally
never
get
aligned with me. I hate working. I don't know why anyone was ever like, yeah, this is just how it is. We work 5 days a week for the, young, good parts of our lives. And then like I've never aligned with work, but like you guys know, I just recently quit my corporate job after 4.5 years. I definitely was feeling very much called to do so. And I think a big part of that is that we all have to detach from these systems if we want to build something new and create something better. And so that's a big part of it, is detaching from corporate jobs that we hate. And can you guys hear that?
Yeah, it's Tom.
Oh.
He's scratching his microphone.
Oh. Learning how to make our own food and tapping into our creativity. So I think it is a big thing for people to be leaving jobs that don't fulfill them and just feed into the corporate world and that frequency of greed. Obviously, we all need to make money. I feel like uncomfortable with a lot of spiritual influencers who charge thousands and thousands of dollars for knowledge that they're sharing. Like those people have taken full advantage of this process and everything. But I think that I think we could get to a system that could be like trading goods, bartering, and it doesn't really even have to be that we have this financial system the same way, but it's a matter of us all really taking those steps, detaching from the systems, being brave. And those of us who are awakening or are a little bit more awakened than others have to be the ones to really lead that charge.
I'm just afraid to take that leap, right? Because I'm right there with you, and I wish I could quit my job, because every single day that I punch in, I cringe, because I'm wasting my time and my talent, and I'm helping somebody else live their dreams while I'm putting mine to the fucking side because I have to obey this system, right? If I don't go to work, then I lose this roof over my head. And then if I lose this roof over my head, then I can't create. But it's like this fucked up cycle, because we work more than we're able to live. And like you said, like we work all week until the weekend. So we work all week and then we're weekend. So we can't enjoy our days off. And not only that, by the time the weekend comes around, I don't know about you guys, but like, well, you're not in a 5 day a week, 9 to 5 anymore. But like, by the time the weekend rolls around, I have so many compiled things that I wasn't able to get to through the week that there is no resting. Like that doesn't exist in my world. And it's just, I don't know, man. I want to, and I've been like watching people talk about the idea of if you really want to manifest something, then you put it in your head that it already exists, and you live the way as if it is there. It already happened, and you trick your mind into changing your operating system, and the universe feeds you what it thinks that you're putting out, right? So if you're putting out, fuck, dude, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay this and this and that by the end of the month, then that's the energy back that you get. And so like fuck, dude, I don't know how I'm trying this. I'm aware of this, but I don't know how to trick my mind, because my mind knows what the fuck my mind knows, right? It's like once you see the matrix for what it is, it's not like you're going to become somebody that fucking believed in the moon landing And then you were like, oh, fuck, dude, there's no way that ever took place. And you're like, you know what? This is just way too much. The moon landing was real. All right, cool. We're back in there. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at some point you're going to have to make the leap. I think a lot of us hit that crossroads where we got to say, fuck it. Like Danny's talking about here in the comments, her job was making her sick. She was a pharmacist living a lie. And, she's working 40-hour plus weeks. And I need more information on how she did this, to working 1 hour a day and making $30,000 a year more than she was making at the other job. That's the fucking shit. And I think that's the reward that you get for making the leap. And that's why the sleep is so scary. And I think it's something that we all need to go through at some point in our lives.
I feel like the universe needs something from us though first, right? Like it's already there, it's aligned, but it's like, what do you need from me to like connect these two things together, right? Like, because I've talked to you guys offline, like what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to go somewhere else so that I could focus solely on the podcast. And I know that the podcast will blow up and I'll be able to eventually quit my job and focus solely on creating things. But in the meantime, what am I going to do? Move out to Vegas and just fucking live in my car and create things with my fucking Starlink?
Yeah, maybe. You just answered your own question.
Fuck.
Right? I think you just did, right? That's the intuition I got right when you said that. I was like,
big gains take big sacrifice, right?
You're
big
talking to yourself.
Big sacrifice.
That's
exactly. You're talking to yourself right now.
Yeah, you have to sacrifice the habits and the version of you that was aligned with the old timeline if you want to align with something different. And like that's where people kind of fall short, because you fall back into those comfort habits and things, like with me, I've been told for years and years and years to stop smoking because it became a crutch for me, smoking weed. I was like smoking all the time, all day, every day. And it was like no longer assisting me. It was pulling me out of awareness. It wasn't, so I had this moment where I was like, I need to do something that like shows that I'm actually committed to what I'm talking about. So I destroyed my bowl that I've had for like 7 years. I just destroyed it. I went out to my garage, I destroyed it, and I tossed it in the trash. And I've been taking edibles. Like I told you guys, I fucked up my back. I've been taking edibles, but I haven't smoked in like a week and a half. And I keep telling myself, I don't smoke anymore. That was that old chapter, and that's closed. I'm in this new chapter where I'm creating this new life and I'm aligning with something different, and I don't smoke anymore. So it's like I have to kind of tweak who I am and create a newer version of myself that fully aligns with those things. And that means sacrifices and releasing things that kept you aligned with that older timeline.
So you're not necessarily tricking your mind. What you're doing is you're forcing yourself to do something, and so that your body follows along and it becomes a part of who you are, right?
Yeah, like one moment that just really, it will stay with me, that I had this moment where I just went and destroyed my bowl. And then like my dad, he smoked cigarettes for 40 years or something. And then he just got sick of it. One day he ate a fucking cigarette and said, I'm done. And he ate an entire cigarette and said, I'm done. And then he was done for like 8 years. So it was just like that moment where I was just like, let me do something crazy. Let me shift this energy. And, one small choice, like the butterfly effect, put you on that different timeline. And then you choose to remain in that energy moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. I like what Danny says here too. Your nervous system needs to feel safe in your new identity. And I think that's what it is too, is like, even in the example that I just gave, I wasn't trying to make this like a catalyst therapy session, but I was definitely using that as like an example, right? Because I feel stuck right now. I know where I need to be. I just don't see the leap. I don't see how the leap is possible. It's like standing on a building. And it's like, I need to jump over to that building, but I'm not sure if I can make it.
Yeah. You see the end goal, but it's the matter of getting there. And I think that we focus really hard on the getting there part, and that kind of stumps us because we start talking ourselves out of it, And so making like one big decision, one big sacrifice is kind of something where you're like, after that, you're like, well, shit, I did that. I don't want to go back because I made that big step and I don't want to betray myself. I don't want to betray myself by falling back into something when I sat there and I promised that I wasn't going to do it anymore. So I think we really have to promise ourselves and then stick through with that promise, because once you start breaking promises to yourself, then it's like everything becomes a little skewed.
Yeah. Like a lot of times you just get sick of this shit, of like whatever it is, and you just get fed up and you're just like, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm not eating my favorite food ever fucking again. Fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck you. Bulls, break the bulls, eat a cigarette, right? You just get to that point. Like some people don't need to get to that point. They can just go do it. But,
Yeah.
Catalyst, you see yourself in Vegas, all you got to do is get to Vegas, blah, blah, blah. But you're like, there's like that dead space between how do I get there? But, there's a lot of answers there. There's a lot of answers that you need to sit with and just ask the question, how do I make this happen? Don't even answer it. Don't even try to answer it. Just be like, what can I do to make this happen? How can I make this happen sooner than later? Like, how can I make this happen now if I needed to? And just don't even try to answer it. Just ask the question and see what shows up.
You're funny. You're funny because I had like fucking like 3 or 4 different paths on if I had to leave right this second, how I would make it work. And I was like, oh, I could go to this person's house at least for a couple days. And like in my head, I'm like,
dude, what would you do if like you had to leave where you're at now? Like there's a gun to your head, motherfucker, you got to leave. Get the fuck out of here.
You figure it out.
This job's done. There's no more job and you can't live here anymore. Would you just,
you figure it the fuck out?
Yeah. Would you start crying in the fetal position and like just your life would be over? No. You'd fucking rise up.
Yeah, no doubt. I need to think of it like that too. Like as in it's detrimental. It's dire. Like put it in my head. You just got fired from your job and you're not going to have rent at the end of next month. So you better fucking get out there before end of next month.
Dude, I'm telling you, now that we had this conversation about this, you're going to figure this out soon.
I hope so, brother.
Sooner than you think.
I hope so. Shit, we're already an hour and 37 minutes in. I think it's a good place to stop it. Sierra, I don't see the video that you had sent, and I was all, that's funny. I'd saved the same video. I was going to end on that one, and it didn't get uploaded. So
I'm looking at all these comments, man. We got.
Oh shit, we got 5 more that I haven't seen yet. Okay. Unrelated, but does Reiki really work on my work? My coworker doesn't stop talking about it. I don't know, but like I was talking about how I do parodies of songs that I don't like all the time. And there's a song by Lil Durk and it goes, all my life. Anyways, there's a part in that song I go, they practice Reiki.
It works. It's just energy. It definitely works, I remember I had this really bad like ankle tendonitis for a while. And I was at like some spiritual fair and there was a girl doing Reiki. It was like a health and wellness thing. Quick Reiki for like $15, like 10 minutes. And I did the Reiki and I didn't even do it for the ankle. And after the session, the ankle was completely gone. The ankle pain, it's just gone. Fucking gone.
And
I didn't even have that intention. So it wasn't like a placebo.
It wasn't okay. I was just gonna ask you, are you sure it wasn't like a placebo effect thing too? Because I always thought about that with acupuncture, right? I'm like, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me that you're gonna go get stabbed. And then I like learned the science behind it and I was like, oh, that does actually make sense. But
yeah, I mean, there's energy that comes off your hands. And I'm sure that if you've got some ailment in your body, then there's some energy stuck that someone putting their hands there with focused energy would shift that. Like, that's not hard to believe.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
This is kind of a longer video, so we'll end on this one. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I am going to give you a little seed of what the video is about, and maybe you guys can leave kind of thinking about this. And it's along the lines of what we were all just talking about. So maybe I shouldn't have talked about it according to this video.
7 things you should never tell anyone, but you're telling daily without realizing. Ancient mystics had a rule. Silence protects power. Words leak energy. Modern neuroscience proved them right in 2019. Every time you speak about certain things, you're bleeding your manifestation energy. Stanford studied 2,000 people manifesting goals. Those who stayed silent, 89% success rate. Those who told everyone, 11% success rate. Your words aren't just communication, they're energy transfer, and you're giving away your power every single day without knowing. Here are the 7 things you must stop sharing immediately. The energy leak problem. When you speak your dreams out loud to others, their doubt, judgment, and skepticism enter your field. Even if they smile and say, "That's great," their energy contaminates your frequency. UCLA Neuroscience Lab, 2019, Manifestation Energy Study. They found, sharing goals activates the same brain reward centers as achieving them. Translation. When you tell people your plans, your brain thinks you already did it. Dopamine released. Satisfaction achieved. Result? Zero motivation to actually do it. The 7 energy leaks. 1. Your goals. The moment you announce them, you lose 60% manifestation power. Keep them secret until they're done. 2. Your next move. Strategic silence is power. Let your results speak, never your plans. 3. Your income. Money is energy. The more you talk about it, the more it escapes your field. 4. Your good deeds. Humility multiplies blessings. Bragging cancels them. 5. Your family problems. Broadcasting struggles amplifies them. Silence starves problems. 6. Your lifestyle upgrades. New car, new house, quiet. Envy is a frequency that blocks more abundance. 7. Your spiritual practices. The sacred loses power when publicized. Your rituals are your frequency codes. What to do instead? Operate in silence. Work in the dark. Manifest in private. Let people discover your success after it's undeniable. The theta.
All right. That was a good place to stop it. I agree and disagree with some of the things he was saying in there, because I think that if you share it with the right people, and that it can actually bring you more energy to bring those things about. Family issues, absolutely. Like I quit following people on Facebook if I see them like blasting their girlfriend or boyfriend or shit like that. I'm like, dude, keep your fucking arguments to yourselves. What the fuck are you blasting? So and so cheated on me. Well, fuck, dude, I don't need to hear about that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that energy transfer is very real. And, you know, like evil eye energy is very real, and it can totally mess with your own energy, with your own goals, if you are telling the wrong people what you want to do. Move in silence. My haters don't know I'm moving in silence. You know, it's like real. You can't tell everybody, because not everybody wants what's best for you. And people can say that they want what's best for you, but their energy can be totally different.
Oh yeah. How many times have you been talking to somebody and just their reaction without them saying anything is totally just deflated you? Like mid-sentence, right?
For sure. Yeah, that's a great video. There was a ton of wisdom and truth conveyed in that video. But there's one other reason that's not in that video of why you want to be careful about talking too much about your goals. And I agree with you that it is good to talk about certain things with the right people, right? But the reason you don't want to just be going out there and just broadcasting your goals is because the archons hear you, and then you got those motherfuckers working against you too. So it's more, you know, everything is vibration and frequency and all that stuff, and nervous system and all that, but there's forces working against us. I'm not saying that as a victim, I'm just speaking the truth. So the archons pick up everything. They've got programs running, you know. Unfortunately, they know you're trying to move to Vegas, bro, and they know it's going to set everything off for you. So
100%. My mom is
tough on you.
My mom is one of the biggest.
Overcome it.
Agent Smiths out there, and I feel like every time I tell her something, that's same, like she was the person I was using as I was telling that example, because every time I tell my mom about anything, her reaction to it fucking deflates me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
like
they
an
might
energy
be,
vampire stealing that energy from you and making it a harder thing for you to accomplish. And I agree with the archons too. You know, it's like I always think about how if I tell someone my plans for a day like out in the sun, I'll notice that there's a huge heavy spraying over that area when the area that I was just in is completely clear. It's like, you know, so I think they definitely, your shit can totally be derailed. But again, it's a matter of awareness. And if you're aware that there's probably energies that are working against you, you can be that much more observant and move accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, these external thoughts that we talked about earlier on in the show too, you know, so they're bombarding you in every which way possible. Even your own thoughts you can't trust. You should never trust your own thoughts, actually.
absolutely, they're definitely doing that as well. They're implanting, you know, negative thoughts in our head. But all that being said, you know, guys, it's not a victim thing. Like, oh, they're doing this to us. Like, it's just an awareness, right? And then when you're aware of it, you can overcome it. And all of these things they did to us, you can overcome all of them. All of them. There's nothing that they're doing that you can't overcome. And the reason they're doing these things, and they have to do, like, look at all of this stuff that they have to do. That's how powerful we are, that they need to do all this fucking bullshit just to fucking prevent us from making some fucking money. That's how powerful we are.
Clip it. Guys, do you have anything coming up? Any external shows other than Trinity of Truth, or videos that you're working on, or anything that you would like anybody to know about before we sign off here?
Go ahead, Tom.
I don't actually. I'm available for shows though. If people have shows, I'd like to be on your show. You know, depending on what it is and whatnot. So I'm available for some shows, and I don't know. I don't really have anything in the works right now. Nothing brewing, so to speak. But and it's funny because every time I announce something, it just hit me. Every time I've like gone public and done a video, like, hey guys, I'm going to be doing more of this coaching, or I'm going to be doing these sessions, or I've got a program coming out soon for you guys. Anytime I do that, it's never happened.
Oh
Never
shit, that
once.
video just fucking
Realized it. Never. Dude, I've been talking about putting a course together for fucking 2 years now. I've been talking about all this stuff, right? And all this shit, and none of it's happened. I just wanted to share that.
Have you tried Adderall? I do think that it would be good for you to get on a bunch of different shows though. I probably could help you connect with some other podcasters to get you on some shows. And actually the Anthony Griffeo, host of, or my other co-host on Ungoverned Outlaws, actually did ask me if I could hook you guys up for a debate. And I never asked you about it just because I don't see the point in debates. So I just didn't ask you about it. But if you're up for it, he wants to debate you.
Oh, you should, Tom.
Wait, who wants to debate me, and about what?
Anthony.
My buddy Anthony Griffeo, the guy that just started. Me? Yeah, he just started a show with Alex Jones's son.
Because I feel like he's ripping off a lot of my material. I see him saying stuff the exact same way I say it, like in those couple of recent videos.
Oh, see, neither one of you guys told me what this is about, so I have no idea. Like, I didn't.
This isn't about anything. I'm just giving you an observation. I saw a video he did a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, dude, he's saying exactly what I say the exact same way I say it. He fucking got that. I know when people get shit from me. Those aren't his words. Those are my words. It's about the whole.
They say, no, go tell all your fucking friends.
I know.
That would be a clear.
Well, I love both of you guys, so I'm not getting involved. But
I didn't know he had beef with me. My good friend Joe Catalano's friends with him. He all he has to do is message him and set it up. But what does he want to debate? Like, dude, I'm the last guy you want to fucking debate.
It's not beef. It's not beef. Trust me, it's not beef. Anthony
Okay.
just loves debating people. So
okay.
if you said something he doesn't agree with and he respects you enough, he's going to challenge you to a debate.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I thought the way you made it sound was like maybe there's beef behind it, and I was like, whoa, why is there beef?
No, you just brought up some like he was stealing my show. I was like, oh, I didn't know any beef.
No, I wasn't saying stealing it. He did a video recently where he's in a podcast and he's explaining how they created all the race and all the division and all that so that we don't know. It's like it's my whole spiel about the non-humans. Like it was verbatim, and it's fine. I'm flattered.
Okay. Well, I love both of you guys, like I said. So, but yeah, I can definitely hook you up on some shows and stuff, and we'll see what that. Maybe you can go on Alex Jones's the new show that he does with Alex Jones's son. How come I don't know his name? Do you guys know Alex Jones' son's name? He's starting to hit the circuits now too. I just noticed.
No, you always refer to him as Alex Jones's son. So
that's because I don't know his fucking name. So I just saw he was on my buddy Maverick's show. So maybe
I've got questions about this guy, like Alex Jones's son, and we've never heard of this guy, and he doesn't look anything like Alex Jones. He doesn't sound like him either, but he's Alex Jones's son, and he's got no following, and all of a sudden he's a fucking conspiracy theorist. Like, where the fuck's this guy been the last 30 years?
Maybe he's Bill Hicks' kid.
He might be Bill. He doesn't look like Bill Hicks either, though.
No, I'm just playing. I haven't met him yet. I'm sure.
I got questions, right?
Yeah.
I'll ask Anthony about that at the debate.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you just go on his show. I don't know, but I'm sure I'll meet him soon. I'll have some answers for you. But Sierra, congratulations on a week without smoking. And I don't know if the edibles are really cheating because you know your body and you know what you need for what you're going through. So
yeah, I feel like it's like a good transition. You know, I stopped doing, well, another thing too is like my breathing was, I was starting to feel it impacting my lungs and my breathing. So that was a huge reason why I was like, okay, I got to stop this shit. You know, I've been told consciously that I need to stop it. And now my body is telling me that I need to stop it too. So I feel like the edibles were kind of a good way for me to transition out of that because it helps me sleep and stuff and helps with my back. But thank you. I appreciate it. It's something I've really wanted to do for like years now, truly years. So I'm grateful to be doing it. And I'm excited to see what comes from it because I know that it was like I said, like a shift for me into a new direction. So thank you so much.
Yeah, hell yeah. So anything upcoming that you want to let anybody know about before we sign off here?
Not really. I've actually been kind of taking a step back from social media and stuff just a little bit and just trying to be a little bit more present and be with my son as much as possible. Now that the weather's getting a little bit nicer, we're spending a lot of time outside. So I haven't been doing a whole lot, anything behind the scenes necessarily right now. But even if I was, I wouldn't tell you because who knows who's listening and if there's any evil eye energy or archons that want to know my tea. So no, but truly nothing really going on right now.
All right. Well, I mean, I have, what do I have? I have Ungoverned Outlaws live Friday night. The guest is, I'm drawing a blank. Sorry about that, but live Friday night. And I will be on The Cult of Conspiracy on Sunday. So those are my upcoming things. And then obviously keep looking out for the White Rabbit episodes drop when I make them. And every Wednesday we do the Trinity of Truth. And I've been dropping those on the White Rabbit audio podcast. And I'm getting great responses from those. I wanted to tell you guys that too. So like the audio versions are even getting eaten up. So that's awesome. And we had like at one point we had almost 60 people watching at one time live tonight. So that was pretty awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
Good
That's
stuff.
wonderful.
I just want to thank everybody in the comments here. Danny and Ben and who's this? Gabriel. Sports are fixed. Yeah. Professional for sure. Flavor of the Forest. Who else we got here?
Oh yeah. And happy birthday to Nelson. Yeah, we had some good comments tonight. So thank you once again. Shout out and happy birthday to Nelson Flavors of the Forest. Go to flavorsforest.com. If you guys put in promo code Rabbit, you'll get, I think it's 25% off, because I decided not to take a commission from it. And so usually when you get sponsors, they'll be like, okay, you get this percentage. How much do you want, and how much do you want to give to your listeners? I said, give it all to them. 25%. I don't need shit.
So that means all the people that are doing those codes and they're like, use my code for 10% off. That means they're gleaming 15 behind the scenes.
Not always. Like with Red Pill Threads, they give me what they give me. They didn't say you can have a percentage and give the rest away. But I mean, they keep my wardrobe pretty fresh, so I'm not complaining at all.
Hell yeah. I like their clothes.
Oh, speaking of redpillthreads.com, damn it, we'll do it next week. We don't have time. We're almost hitting 2 hours, and we said we weren't going to do that again. So back in the comments, guys, thank you guys so much for joining our live today. We're going to be back next Wednesday, same time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and bring the comments, bring the fire, and we'll bring the videos and our quirky outtakes on them. Thank you guys for joining, and we out of here.
Bye-bye.
Trinity of Truth. The call is proof. The strange, the weird, the odd, the real.